The beauty scientists, Dr. Kristy Hamilton and Dr. Roy Kim. Real beauty without the hype.
The next question always that people are thinking about, they always come in, they want to know, what can I do that's going to get something close to a surgical result without doing anything really invasive? And of course, we don't have anything that's going to deliver a full aggressive surgical result. But was there anything that was kind of piqued your interest or seemed exciting?
Not at all. So, I mean, and I'm not saying this in like a negative, grumpy way at all. Rather, the facial plastic surgeons, they're real doctors, they're real surgeons. There's nothing that they're doing. There's no technique. There's no technology they're hiding from us that really gets that non-surgical result when you really want a more, like even a moderate surgical result. In other words, there's nothing like throwing everything in the kitchen sink, less invasive, non-invasive, lasers, RF microneedling, PDGF, PRP. I could go on and on and on. There's nothing that they're doing. There's nothing that they're hiding from us where they get great results, phenomenal, almost surgical facelift results. There's just not.
So every year I feel like there's certain patients that ask me, like, is there in fact anything new? And I'm just like, not to replace the facelift we've been talking about and so putting off until we're waiting for technology to improve. And then I know you and I both love exosomes and think those are like similarly, like with some of these other kind of topicals or blood draws, like exosomes are another way to improve skin quality. But I know that they got into like a little bit of heat in terms of how people were applying those. So we know like topical application, okay by the FDA, injections, maybe not, kind of under debate. But were there any updates on exosomes or their?
I think the only update is potentially political. So without politics, yes, they could probably generate some type of kit where we can get our own exosomes. We could, we could definitely send our blood, like your blood, my blood, to a lab and then get exosomes derived from it. But again, that sort of technology is very expensive, as well as you're not supposed to inject exosomes yet. So one interesting thing is that they did mention that Robert Kennedy Jr., this is before the election. Now we're recording this after the election. He's going to be involved in the Trump administration regarding healthcare. And Robert Kennedy Jr. has been very adamant about health, chemicals and foods. He actually wants aggressive use in public health of psychedelics, peptides, stem cells, raw milk, hyperbaric oxygen, chelating compounds, et cetera, end of quote. In other words, he did mention stem cells, peptides. I assume that he means exosomes and other things like that. So that would be a huge shift if the FDA actually approves that. So we shall see if it actually occurs or not.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we all know there are some basic things that are not happening in this country in terms of like what the quality of our food, some things that are additives here that aren't allowed in other countries that we know are harmful. And then some of the things that are allowed, sometimes you like wonder how that got approval. And of course, each country system is different, but I think it's something that we can certainly improve on as a nation. So that will be interesting to watch.
Yeah. And since he's, registered Democrat / now he's working with Donald Trump, I don't think it's too controversial in terms of politics or hurting people's feelings. We will see if he can actually open up stem cell technology to help combat disease.
Yeah, it's like we know they're incredibly powerful, those stem cells. So if they can be harnessed for good, that would be very exciting and a next frontier in medicine for sure. So we'll see if scientists are allowed to do more research. Who knows what could come next.
Thank you for joining us on The Beauty Scientists. Be sure to visit thebeautyscientists.com and learn more about modern beauty and connect with Dr. Hamilton and Dr. Kim.